Hit it.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Welcome, welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Welcome, welcome back. I am so glad you joined me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, my beloved kings and queens. My name is Joyce McTeer, and I am going to be your host for today's Crafty Vision segment. Okay, y'all, so today we are going to be using some bling rhinestones, which are these, and we're going to make a bracelet. Okay, now first of all, let me tell you about these rhinestone beads. You can find these beads at Amazon.com. Okay, these are made out of clay. These rhinestones, these beads are made from clay, and what they do is they mold some kind of way. They get these rhinestones attached. Of course, I know they probably cook it and all that good stuff, but I got these from Amazon.com. So you are going to need some of these in order to do this project, okay? You are also going to need some 12 millimeter beads. I have two assortments here. One, and these beads, I want to tell y'all, dollarbead.com. I will make sure that I leave the link down in the description box for those of you who want to go over there. These are the beads that I got from dollarbead.com for $1. Okay, and these are 12 millimeter, and I'm also using these satin pearl-like glass beads that I got from dollarbead.com as well. Okay, you are going to need some wooden beads. Now I'm using some wooden beads because I really love the finish on these. These are 10 millimeter. You can get these also from Amazon.com. You're going to need some stretch magic cord and some spacer beads. Okay, so you're going to need about 20 spacer beads in order to do this project. We won't be using the wire cutters. Well, you probably would use the wire cutters in the very beginning, but that's about it. I am going to suggest that once you make your bracelets, if you decide to sell them, you may want to use some type of adhesive, some type of glue to glue your knot so that it won't come loose, okay? So let's go ahead and get this started. So the very first thing I am going to do is try to get this. Okay, here we go. I always take pretty much a generous amount, and I'm going to snip it. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to pre-stretch my cord. The reason why you want to pre-stretch your cord, and I say this often whenever I do videos like this, is you want to make sure that, have you ever made a bracelet, you didn't pre-stretch your cord, and then over time, from the cord actually stretching and you wearing it, your beads start to sag. Okay, your beads start to sag, and nobody wants their beads sagging. Okay, it becomes very unattractive when you're wearing your bracelet, you know. So you pre-stretch your cord, make sure it's good, make sure you have it the way you want. And now what we're going to do, and as you can see, the more I stretch it, the longer it got, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding on my beads. So the very first bead that I'm going to go with is this 10 millimeter gold bead, okay? These are wood beads, and like I said, you can find these at Amazon.com. Then I'm going to add on a spacer bead. So pretty much the way that this bracelet is going to be made, I'm going to add on one of my bling beads, is I'm going to be doing this in a set, pretty much like in a set of 4, okay? Let me get this one. I'm going to add another spacer bead. And then the next bead I'm going to go with is going to be one of these purple beads. Okay, I'm going to add another spacer bead. And then the very last bead that I'm going to go with is going to be this satin bead right here. Okay, now what we have, this is what we're going to have. Then I'm going to add a spacer bead at the end. Okay, so this is pretty much what your bracelet is going to turn into. So what I'm going to do for the sake of the video, because I am going to go ahead and speed this part up, and so we can get to the next part. Okay, y'all, so as you can see, you see how this was strung, how I strung it on. See how beautiful this bracelet is? Okay, the very last thing you want to do is you want to add on your very last spacer bead, and it's going to go on either side. It doesn't really matter. This is my beginning, and this is my end. Okay, so this is what my bracelet is going to look like. Now, the reason why I started it off with my wood bead is because the hold on my wood bead is big enough that when I tie my knot, it will go inside the wood bead to make this bracelet really perfect, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a couple of knots. Tie a couple of knots. Make sure this is good and tight. That's one knot. And most of the time when I tie mine, I do mine in a set of 3s. And then that's the second knot. And then this is the third knot. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my wire cutters and snip this just like that. And now what you would do with this is you would put your glue on there, let it dry, and then pull it through your bead, okay? And then you have yourself a gorgeous bracelet. So I made another one, and I did it in red. Okay, so this is our bracelet. This is the finished look. Okay, and I'm going to count these beads so that you all will know how many beads is actually on here. So I'm going to hold my finger here, hold this. I am not counting that. I'm going to go all the way around, and then I'm going to count that one. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 beads all together. Okay, and you see I still have rum. Now, what you can do, you don't necessarily have to use 19 beads. You can use 18 beads, okay? But this is the thing. When you add one more bead on here, okay, even though it may feel a little loose on your wrist, your bracelet will last longer. Because I'm going to tell you why. If you add fewer beads, right? You add fewer beads, your bracelet is going to become, you're going to be stretching it anyway, okay? But if you add about 20, 18, I say 20. If you add about 18 or 19 beads, you should still be good to go. Okay, you can use fewer beads and make it nice and snug. That's if you want to, but I choose to use 19 beads. Okay, so here we have it. This is your end result. And like I said, you can find everything that I've gotten, everything that I've shown you today, you will be able to find in Amazon or dollarbead.com. Okay, these beads I got from the dollarbead.com. Okay, these wood beads, Amazon. All this gold, Amazon. Okay, these dollarbead.com, dollarbead.com. The spacer beads you can find pretty much anywhere. You can also find the spacer beads at amazon.com. You could probably find spacer beads in Walmart's, Michael's. Well, you can find them in Michael's, Joann Fabrics, anywhere where they sell jewelry supplies. You can find those spacer beads. But I'm also tell you, the thing about spacer beads will really bring out your project. Okay, it will really bring your project out. Whatever that is that you're working on, it will definitely bring it out. All right, so with that being said, I want to say thank y'all so very much for joining me for these videos. Also, if this is your very first time here on this platform, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, because I do upload often, and that way you'll get notification. Y'all have a wonderful and awesome day, and until my next upload, my beloved kings and queens, peace and blessings, everyone. See ya.